Welcome to another episode. In today's episode, we'll be seeing being nobody. The game is not about becoming somebody, it is about becoming nobody. This is what Ram Dass says. The game is about not becoming somebody, it is about becoming nobody. Then we will see what Ajahn Sumedho says. But reflecting on life in this human form, it is just like this. It is being able to sit peacefully and get up peacefully and be content with what you have. It is that which makes our life as a daily experience, something that is joyful and not suffering. And this is how most of our life can be lived. That is why whenever we contemplate cessation, we are not looking for the end of the universe, but just exhalation of the breath, or end of the day, or end of the thought, or end of the feeling. To notice that means that we have to pay attention to the flow of life. We have to really notice the way it is rather than wait for some kind of fantastic experience of marvelous light descending on us, zapping us or whatever. People frequently get caught up in that view of being somebody who has a mission, who can be just with the way things are, so that it is just the body that grows up, gets old and dies, breathes and conscious. We can practice, live within the moral precepts, do good, respond to the needs and experiences of the life with mindfulness and wisdom, but there is nobody that has to do anything. There is anybody with a mission, nobody special. We are not making a person or a saint or an avatar or Tulku or a messiah or a Maitreya. Even if you think I am just a nobody, even being nobody is somebody in this life, is it not? You can be just proud of being nobody as being somebody. As of being somebody, just as deluded, attached to being nobody. But whatever you happen to believe that you are nobody or somebody, or you have a mission, or you are a nuisance and a burden to the world, or however you might view yourself, then the knowing is there is to see the cessation of such a view. Then let us see J.Krishnamurti, what he says about being nobody. Thought has created these images, both inwardly, outwardly. Can the images come to an end? And thought, look at everything in life afresh. If you can do this, you will find that without your consciousness, deliberate effort to change has taken place. A radical change. Most people are ambitious. They want to be somebody, authors, painters, businessmen, or politicians. Priests want to become archbishops. Thought has created the society and sees the advantage of becoming powerful, dominant, and important person, which happens only through ambition. Thought has created the image through observation of the man in power and wants the pleasure of owning a big house, having a picture appear in papers, and all the rest of it. Can one live in this world without ambition, without the image of pleasure, which thought has created? Can one function technologically, outwardly, without this poison of ambition? It can be done, but it is possible only when we understand the origin of thinking and understanding factually. The unreality of the division between the observer and the observed. Then we can proceed, because then virtue has totally some different meaning. It is the moral virtue of an ugly, corrupt society. It is not the moral virtue of an ugly, corrupt society, but virtue which is order. Virtue like humility is not something to be cultivated by thought. Thought is not virtuous. It is bourgeois, petty, and thought cannot possibly understand either love or virtue or humility. Eckhart Tolle, what he says about this, let us see that. If you are content with being nobody in particular, content not to stand out, you align yourself with the power of the universe. What looks like weakness to the ego is in fact only the true strength. That is what he says. If you are content with being nobody in particular, content not to stand out, you align yourself with the power of the universe. What looks like weakness to the ego is in fact only a true strength. Then there is a story from one of the Osho's books, the story of the emperor. It's a beautiful story, imaginary story, but a beautiful story. Let us see that. This is the story of an emperor. There was a very magnificent emperor who conquered many countries, almost half of the world, because the rest of the world was not discovered at that time. Only a few countries, half of the world countries are known. So half of the countries he conquered. So it was almost like all the known world was under his control. His empire he conducted it very beautifully, justly. He got a name and fame at a very young age. He was a great emperor. Everybody worshipped him, revered him, loved him. But he died at a very young age. And along with him, there were dedicated followers who were in the court. They committed suicide and died along with him. His beautiful wife died along with him. So they all went to heaven. And first he was supposed to write his name in the Mount Sumeru, a big mountain, like the largest mountain in the world, Himalayas, one of the longest ranges, Himalayas. Like that, there was big mountain, Sumeru, in the heaven, where all these great people of the world who born and died and lived greatly in the world, they were allowed to write their name on the mountain. That was the highest honor somebody could have. To be in heaven is a honor, and to write a name in Mount Sumeru was the greatest honor somebody could envisage. So this young emperor was quite happy. He, along with his wife and other followers, went to the gate of the mountain Sumeru. The gatekeeper checked his antecedents and said, "Yeah, you are allowed to go and write your name." He said, "I'll take these followers, my wife and other ministers who are following me." The gatekeeper called him separately, advised him, "It is my personal advice. First you go, don't take them." He said, "Why? Why not?" "Because if I write my name and there is nobody to see it, there is nothing worth it. And if I take them, they will know how great I am. They will watch for it." The gatekeeper said, "No, you will regret it. If you want, you can take it. I cannot prevent it. But you will regret it. You can do one thing. First you go alone, write your name there, come back, and if you want, you can take them." That looked okay to the emperor. "Yeah, that is fine. I can write it, but again I can come back and show it to my people. My name there in the Mount Sumeru." So first the emperor crossed the gate, went inside, and went to the Mount Sumeru. The Mount Sumeru was covered full of gold, diamonds, and other precious stones. He was awestruck. He wondered. Such a great magnificence stood before him. He slowly went there after enjoying the beauty, took the instrument, the tool which was lying there, to write his name. And surprisingly, he found that there was no space. It was full of names. He could not write anything. He was humbled by that. He thought very few names would be there and he would easily write. He thought he could count the names there with the fingers. But no, it was a huge mountain running into miles and miles. And as far as he could walk, either up or along the way, there was no space. He had a doubt. The whole mountain is filled with names. Maybe. Let me go and check with the gatekeeper. He came back to the gatekeeper. He said, "Have you written the name?" The gatekeeper asked. He told, "No, there is no space. It is full of names. Is the whole mountain full of names?" The gatekeeper said, "Yes. It is full of names." What everybody does here, actually, my father was a gatekeeper. Before his father was a gatekeeper. We are traditionally gatekeepers. Hundreds of years, for hundreds of years, thousands of years. So what people do, the emperors erase a few names and write their names. So you can go back there, erase a few names and write your names. You will get space. The emperor said, "I don't want to do that. What is the use? If I write my name, somebody else will come and erase it. So, what is the purpose?" I am humbled by this. So many people, I thought I was among a few who are born here. But a few thousand years or 100 years does not make a difference. The earth has been there, the universe has been there for billions of years. And 100 years does not mean anything. There are so many people born, achieved and died. It does not matter who you are. He said, "I don't want to write the name." The gatekeeper said, "Yes, that's right. I have heard from my father, many kings, emperors, they returned without writing their names. But if you have a little bit of intelligence, you will understand that it's of no use. It will be forgotten. It will be erased by somebody." So he went back. So that is how our life is. We think we are achieving something, but no, there is nothing to achieve. We live our life. We think we are dying for this, like the emperor who has gone for many wars, killed so many people. So only hope was to write his name in the Mount Meru, the highest possibility. But that was nothing. Like that, we do so many things to keep our name and fame in this world. Prestige, respectability, money, power, scholarship. Can we take anything? Nothing. Will our name be written here? No. Even if it is written, it will be forgotten in this world. Nobody remembers dead people. Maybe for a few years, maybe on special occasions. That's all. It does not matter in day-to-day life. Everything will have to be dropped from here and even in here. Once you die, it's gone. Whatever name and fame you have earned, that is gone. This is a story from darkness to light of Osho's book. So with this, we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.